Hey, it's me, Coach Burke from Coach Burke Educational Leadership, and this is the start of a conversation that I'm going to have with you guys about Lutheran education and Christian education, and it's going to be a hot take. It's going to be some hard hitting mind thoughtfulness that I want you guys to think about as I think about it. Uh, to get the disclaimers out of the way, this is my thoughts only, not paid for any of this or influenced by anybody or represent anybody that I may be part of an organization with, being a board or a school or a church or whatnot. But recently, I posted this on my LinkedIn already, so it's already out there. But talking about professional development, embracing growth, especially as a Lutheran principal. We just had our principal conference this past week, and I love going to these meetings and spending time growing as a person, as an educator, as a principal, but also growing in the faith and having the relationship and bonding time with some amazing people that I may only get to see once or twice a year. So I'm always looking forward to our conference each summer to embrace my growth, but also to embrace everything going on. So I kind of came up with a couple different thoughts about professional development and embracing it. The first is the culture of a lifelong learning. I have been a lifelong learner my entire life, and I have encouraged my teachers, my students, anybody that will listen to partake in being a lifelong learner. That's not always easy to do because there's always extra stuff we have to do as a husband or a wife or as a parent. You just have a lot on your plate, and especially if you're a principal of a Lutheran school, you're doing, I don't know, 20, 30 different jobs at one time. I know at least that is for my sake. But we can serve as the guiding force behind this mission and vision that we're here to learn, and everybody should be learning, and that is a lifelong learning is a powerful way for us principals and to inspire our teaching staff. I mean, how can we ask our teachers to grow and to live this culture or even push pass on that kind of culture to our students if we as principals do not come? And I've seen so many principals, and I'll even include pastors in there because they're the leaders of our churches, and especially if the school is attached to a church. But principals and pastors not going to conferences, not taking the time to grow in their learning, grow in their craft. There was just recently a huge discussion on Facebook. It's not there anymore, sadly. The author decided to remove it off of their profile, but the conversation was going on about golden standards and the best standards and best practices, and the differences maybe between pastors and educators, and how pastors felt like that they didn't need to continue to learn their craft because it was more of an art instead of a science. Principalship's the same way. It's an art and it's a science. You got to have the passion and the understanding to be a good principal, but you also got to have those rigorous activities and demonstrating to your teachers and your kids and your parents that you believe in the learning process. So that goes into leading by example. I try to lead a big example and always try to not ask my teachers to do something that I am not willing to do. And being able to attend workshops and attend conferences, I find the money for my teachers to grow. I find that title money or utilize title money to be able to make sure that my teachers get what they need, and that's what I need to. I need to show them that going to conferences are important, not just for the workshops and the lead speaker, but the connection that you make between principals and or teachers. Those are keys. Sometimes in between two sessions are the most important places that you learn. And it allows us to gain the new insights uh, emerging educational practices, and it helps us bring back those valuable knowledge to our teachers and also to show them that they need to. And I already mentioned this, but the networking. I probably second best thing about a conference is the networking, is be able to participate. So like we have these monthly principal meetings where we get to have lunch together, and then we have a session time together where we're talking about different activities that may be happening in our schools, working through a book study, or working on different issues. It's a time to get away from our day-to-day hectic schedules and be able to voice some of our thoughts and our struggles to people that understand, to people that get it, and they can help teach us, and we can learn from them. I have seen principals not come to these meetings, not want to come to these meetings because they think, hey, they got it all under control. They don't. They don't. We all struggle. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And I'm not standing up here that I have no weaknesses. There's many times I have reflected back on an opinion or a decision, a statement, and just like, what was I thinking? But I try to learn from other people, the other principals there, to see what are they doing great, so I can do it in my school, or maybe reflect back on me. The collective wisdom of this support group is amazing, and I'm blessed by having so many amazing principals surround myself. It really, really, some of these guys and girls, um, they're not girls, but guy principals, men or women principals, uh, kept me sounded in some difficult times and was able to help me get through some of my challenges. And I appreciate them. And for a couple of them, the reason I'm still here is because of them. Um, so everything we try to do is we're trying to improve that instructional practice, staying updated with the latest educational research. This is why I love our summer conferences, because probably an hour worth is all the latest rules, regulations, laws that affect us. People think Lutheran education, you don't have to worry about the laws or what the Department of Education in your state or federal is doing, but that's false. We have to know what the laws are, because some of these laws do impact us. So effective principals understand that investing in our own growth directly impacts the quality of teaching, the quality of our schools. If I don't do the reports, my school can't get title funds. My school can't be part of federal grants, even though in Michigan, we're not allowed to have direct access or voucher system because of the Blaine Amendment. But see, that's another thing. Some principals don't even know what the Blaine Amendment is because they don't take the time to come to these professional development things to learn about it and see where we're at with court cases and so forth. So it just goes on and on and on, guys. It's all about fostering this learning climate and be able to prioritize professional development in yourself, in your teachers, and in your kids, cultivating this culture that teachers feel encouraged to try new things and find out about new things. And not everything's going to work. Some things are going to fail. Some of this stuff that we learn may not pan out to be the greatest thing, and that's okay. Fostering a love for learning is also fostering a love for failing, because it's through those failures that you're going to grow. So, guys, as you start this school year, maybe some of you already started, don't be afraid to fail, but continue to learn. Encourage your teachers to learn. Encourage your students to learn. Participate in that learning. Find a book for them and utilize that. Last year, my staff and I we were working through some social emotional learning handbooks. We have worked through a couple other classroom management books. This year, we're still looking at what are we going to do to work through it, and I have some thoughts and opinions about that I have to finalize pretty quickly here because my teachers come back in a couple of weeks. But every faculty meeting I have, section of it is majority of it mostly is about learning. We spend a little bit of time recapping anything or knowing anything that usually I try to just email those out. And then the majority of the time is standing, learning, and growing, or taking time to look at test scores and analyze that and how does that impact us for the future. So keep learning, guys. Keep growing. I'm Coach Burke. I'm here to help you guys out. This is going to be the first of many videos where we utilize what can I do to help you. If you need me to come into your schools, if you're a teacher or you're a principal and you need somebody to have a consultant basis, or somebody to talk to, or somebody to work through the accreditation process, let me know. Hit me up. We can work out on a deal on that. I appreciate you guys. I'm praying for you that you have a great year. Have a good one.